Hey everybody, this is Liam from With the Band Media. Today I'm going to be interviewing George Houston. George is from Dongle, Ireland, and just put out a new EP called Pain. If you haven't listened to it yet, go check it out. If not, enjoy the video. So your first two albums, like we talked about, are filled with like a sense of hope and youth. Your new EP looks like it's dealing with like a lot heavier stuff. Can you kind of dive into what
Mm.
that divergence is from the more lighter stuff into something that's a little more heavy?
Yeah, it's I'm putting out an EP, and then later on around Halloween, the EP is going to be part of an album. And it's all about um kind of the destruction and decay of like the mind and body and soul. And all the songs are kind of morbid themed. I think it might be because I experienced a bit of heartbreak over the last year, and I've just been using music kind of as a little bit of therapy. So I got to scream into some microphones and had a great time.
So there's going to be some screaming on this album. I don't think I heard a lot of that in the first two. I definitely the new one you put out about a week ago. It was a little louder than the last couple, but yeah.
Hmm. I I got in touch with um, a fantastic drummer in a band around here called Tramp. He's called Steamy McKay, and we started like playing together, and it was great to have like a drummer working with you because then it adds this more of a live feel, and you can get angrier, and it's not as guitar based rhythmically. And yeah, I think I fed in like a went in that direction a lot more for the live band kind of feel to the songs. So yeah, they're a bit rockier than previous songs.
Yeah, I found from at least being around people who make music, if you have a drummer, like if you're writing songs like acoustically and making the drum line with like an acoustic like just pattern like rhythm acoustic guitar, having a drummer kind of like allows you to it frees up a lot of things you can do with your own guitar, if that makes sense. So do you think
Uh,
like working with more people has helped you become a better artist, I guess? That's what I'm trying to ask.
mhm. Yeah, definitely. I remember at the start I wanted to kind of prove to myself that I could do it all by myself. And like at the end of the album, I wanted to write written, produced, recorded, everything by me. And I got that out of the way, and I don't have anything to prove now, so I'm just relaxing and I'm enjoying the more collaborative process and recording and writing. And yeah, it makes a big difference in all of it. I think it makes it a much more enjoyable experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. So your music video you just put out that definitely took like a team of people behind it. You can't I I'm in that field where like recording live music and stuff, and definitely you just can't do it by yourself. Can you tell me what the process behind that music video was? Did you write the song before and then do like the music video after, or did you always have this vision for a video in mind, and how did it kind of come to be?
I wrote the song first. Kind of, I have had this collection of songs over the last few years that are more morbid, and they're kind of they would be perfect for a Halloween album. And when I got to the stage that I was making it, I wanted to I wanted to make visuals that kind of represented that Halloween feel or more spooky feel. And I'm not sure if you would be aware of there's a sitcom in Ireland called Father Ted. It's about priests, and it's like it's a comedy, and they're they smoke and they drink and they curse, and like they're terrible examples of probably just people in general. But they it's a lot of joking about being Irish and about the Catholic Church, and I wanted to I wanted to have a little dedication to that television program because it's done a lot for Ireland and the way Ireland can look back at the Catholic history
Were you raised
and
Catholic?
maybe that. Yeah, of course. But
Of course.
I
Same here.
yeah, raised Catholic and I don't really I've had not much bad experiences with the church. I have a lot of respect for people that practice. But I wanted to feed into that kind of dark aesthetic with the organs playing in the background, and it just made sense for the video. Well, in my head anyway. Maybe it's a bit random, but I don't know. Joys of technology.
Yeah, joys of technology. I love the cherry starfire that you have in that video. Is that the guitar you used to record the song, or did you just like the way it looked in the video? Like,
Um, I I'm an acoustic player mainly.
mhm.
I've been playing like acoustic guitar since I was like 10, and I wanted to get into the world of electric for a while. And there was one electric guitar that stood out to me in kind of all recorded stuff, and it's Lord Huron's guitar. I love the sound in his tracks and like the kind of Americana feel, but it's darker and it's a little more I don't know, it's that rockabilly but at the same time folky feel.
For sure.
So I bought that, yeah, I bought that guitar in mind of Lord Huron and that sound and his kind of spring reverby kind of tone. I don't know a lot about electric guitars, but yeah,
Well, it
I
sounds
wrote it, I
killer.
recorded it. Yeah, thank you. I did record it in that song, and yeah, it was kind of just I'll thank Lord Huron for his good taste.
Is this new album gonna be mostly electric or acoustic?
Oh, it's still a mix. I would never want to I don't like the idea of restraining myself from anything, whether it be genre or instruments. So it's always going to be a lucky dip with me, which I think is something not encouraged enough these days. I think the industry really wants to push artists into these boxes and to be playlistable. So that's my kind of defiance to that. I'd want to be a bit of everything.
Kind of don't know what you're gonna get type of deal.
Yeah, but it's good. That's all. As long as it's good, I don't really care what the genre is or
I
what
think
the
that's
feeling is. Like my priority
yeah.
is the songwriting.
Yeah, definitely. How do you think you are fitting into like a cert do you think you're fitting into a niche that hasn't been filled yet in the alternative scene in Ireland?
Yeah, just kind of following up on the last idea of mixing genres and not wanting to be too playlistable. I think there's definitely people that call themselves alternative and they kind of cover, I don't know, it may be folk rock or they might go in the punk rock. Like they kind of choose a couple of genres and they stick with it.
Yeah.
And when I write songs, I don't really care what the genre sounds like as long as I'm conveying the feeling of the song and I'm giving it the best chance as I can in a storytelling kind of way. That would always be my priority. And I think there's a lot of eclectic people out there that listen to all kinds of music and they don't really have their own genre, so to speak.
Hmm.
So I'd think that I'm tapping into a niche of, I suppose, eclectic pop and eclectic music in general.
Cool. So it sounds to me like the all labeling yourself as alternative is kind of like the broadest space you can go into.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that your
Mm.
songs are more based on a feeling and not a genre.
Yeah, I don't want to I just don't want to pigeonhole myself because I love music and that would be the full stop after it. I don't really care what kind.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being fluid and open to new sounds and experimentation.
That's awesome. I'm gonna ask another like more life related question. Like with music, when did you
Mhm.
when was the moment that you're like, I want to make something? Like, and then how was the process of like making your first song, putting it out on Spotify? Was it scary? Was it like was it easy for you? Like what was the process?
Uh, I've always I have a brother and a sister, and I remember growing up, we always made like little joke jingles about random stupid things, and like it was stupid and it was jokes, but it was actually probably really great practice for songwriting because we would always be um, writing about silly things, and I remember
Lost you for a second there.
set. I used it kind of as a means of therapy. And like going off of the kind of using it as therapy, the first song I written, record, I I got a birthday present to go to the studio. It was like a day pass for a studio, and I didn't really think anything of it. But after I recorded it, it was the most amazing feeling, and it was so rewarding. And I just thought, oh, I have to do this for the rest of my life. And then I I was very scared about releasing music and like because no one knew that I wrote music in that way. And it actually happened over COVID that I released something and it made it kind of easier for me because I knew I didn't have to see anyone and, and like react to or like respond to how they would react to the songs. So yeah, it was scary, but I liked the music too much to not put it out.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's the right way to do it is just like you fall in love with it and you kind of ride with it for however long you can.
Yeah.
Um, I think we're gonna wrap things up really quick. Kind of just
Mhm.
give everybody who's listening right here like what's up next for you, like what should they look out for in the coming months? You don't have to go into the whole year, but kind of just the TLDR on everything about you if they wanted where to check you out, what new stuff they should be listening to and looking for.
Okay. Um, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, all of those things. I will have new music coming out this Halloween. Friday, the 13th of October, will be the release of my third album. It's called Vehicular Suicide. It's kind of it's about serial killers and it's about lots of morbid things, but they're and there'll be some like Halloweeny, spooky, cheap 70s horror film music videos along with it. So it's
Sounds
gonna
awesome.
be I had a lot of yeah, I had a lot of fun making it and it's definitely tis the season kind of thing if you want to get in the Halloween mood. Yeah, that's really what I've been doing for the last year. I'm excited to get it out.
That's awesome. Thank you, George, for coming on here and talking with me. Um,
Thank you, Liam.
yeah.